This one is a remake of if I'm right, it's a DeLisle rifle, which is the silent carbine. And I'm not going to claim to be an expert on these, but from the gist of it that I've been told, these are like a special force, like OSS type Enfield Mark III, converted into .45 ACP, used during World War II, and uses the 1911 magazine. So it's an Enfield, kind of modified to .45 caliber, and then this is an integrally suppressed barrel, and I'll get into it once I put this on the tripod here. Let's take a closer look at it. Now, from what I've been able to tell in just a couple of minutes of internet research, this one isn't 100% historically accurate, but it's what we got to work with, so let's take a look at it. Definitely neat. With that size suppressor on a .45 ACP, at least on the videos we've seen of these shooting, you've got almost no sound coming out of this. I'm going to put this on the tripod and take another look. So again, there's probably a couple of people, at least a couple I can think of off the top of my head, who may know a lot more about this one than I do. But let's take a look at it. Cursor to make sure it's empty. And we'll take this empty mag and show you that it's been converted or modified to accept these magazines. You can see the inserted magazine there. Pretty neat. There's the old markings from the Enfield that it started out as. I'll take that mag back out. Here's its mag release. So pretty ergonomic actually. Just right there. Close that bolt again. Now we've got the hammer back, so I'll drop that. Take a look at this rear sight. It'll pop up. So when it's down, you've got this little peep, or you can flip it up, and you've got a nice adjustable. That might have been a little bit more practical for the 303 or the 308 that this used, but probably works okay with the 45 as well. Now this one's front sight is a high vis, so I'm guessing that's not the same as they would have used in WW2. And it gives you a, I don't know if I'll be able to get the sight picture, but you can get an idea of what kind of sight radius we're talking about here. Check that one more time for empty. And let's take a look at the business end of this one. Pretty cool. So a silent carbine, a recreation of a silent carbine, and this one is a rifle with an integral suppressor. So it's actually two items as far as the ATF is concerned. The suppressor and the firearm are two different items. So the rifle is just a rifle, but since it's got a suppressor built in, it's an NFA item. And we just brought out the 1911 to show, the practicality of something like this. Being able to use the same ammunition, and in this case, the same magazine even, in both your carbine and your pistol, and then your carbine being silent. I assume there's at least a few Nazis out there that are pissed that these were ever invented.
They're not gun rights. Guns don't have rights. People have rights. He who frames the debate wins the argument.